Welcome! We're live! Welcome to Homebuilt Workshop. Welcome to Wednesday Live. I'm your host for the day, Jeff. Hope you're all doing awesome. Welcome. What's going on? Man, you guys are like all here ahead of me. Look at this. That's awesome. Good morning. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Robert. Sam's got his reminder set right on. Right on. Harry Dude's here. Says, how are we all? We're good, man. How are you? Right on, right on. Donna's here. Donna says Jeff is MIA. No, not MIA. We're here now. We're here now. Maybe I was MIA for a moment or two. What's going on? What's everybody up to today? I hope you're all doing awesome. It's another nice day here. We've been having a string of really nice weather. Like, it was in the mid 60s yesterday for a short time. It was kind of nice. But I'm not sure that's here to stay. I don't know. But anyway, it's supposed to be nice all week, and I'm really liking it. Trying to get a bunch of stuff done this week. I hope you're all having the same kind of week. Getting some stuff done. And Gina's here. Gina says, hi all. Finally made it to a live. Well, it's about time. Talk about MIA. Mike Johnson's here. Mike says, morning, folks. Morning, Mike. How are you this fine Wednesday? And Robert's just finishing his bowl of cereal. Right on, right on. I hope you enjoyed your bowl of cereal. That's awesome. Well, what's everybody up to? What's on your workbenches today? You guys got any projects you're working on? You probably saw from the cover picture what's on my workbench. If you were able to see the cover picture, I don't know. Maybe you didn't. I'm working on another guitar. We talked about it a little bit last week, and well, I guess we'll just jump right in. I'll show you what I'm working on. That'll give you a chance to write what you're working on today or this week. So last week I showed you the guitar body, mahogany, quilted maple, that I was getting ready to start on. I didn't have any of the routes done or anything. It was just a blank top basically. And if you remember, I was talking about how I had set it aside like 2 years ago, and I couldn't quite remember why I had set it aside, other than a little bit of tear out that was up here in the neck pocket, which now is gone. But I figured that out once I started in. After we finished the live last week, I got to grabbing my templates and getting things lined up so that I could route these pickup cavities and stuff. I set this aside because when I glued this up originally, the top slipped. It was, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch or somewhere around there off from the center line of the body. There it is. And everything didn't line up. And I could have put it together that way, but if you really looked closely, you would have noticed. So I ended up retopping this. Basically sanded off the entire top that was on there, glued on a new top, and now this body's about done, other than a bunch of sanding. I'm on the second coat of grain filler, just working on sanding that down. But yeah, this one's coming along pretty good. I'm getting ready to start in on the neck, which actually is another piece that I had set aside at some point. It's nice. You can see flame maple. Hopefully you can see that. Should be pretty cool. This one I'd set aside. The only thing I need to do is route a couple channels for some carbon fiber rods, and we can get to working on the fretboard. So I think it's going to look awesome. Quilted maple, flame maple, a lot of figured maple on this build. So that's what I'm working on today. I'm hoping to get the channels routed for the carbon fiber rods, and probably get into working on the fretboard a little bit. Let's see. Sam says, got a new pair of Knipex. I always am unsure how to say that. I hear people say Knipex, but I don't think that's right. Could be wrong. Electrical scissors, very sharp indeed. I like the Knipex stuff. The only thing I have from them is these cutters here, and they work awesome. They have like that leverage. I don't know what you call that. It's got a lot more leverage than normal side cutters or something like that. These things are great for working on like fences and stuff where you're cutting fence wire and other heavy things. But from what I can tell, their stuff's really well made. And I've seen some people recently that are carrying like a small pair of pliers like that, like as their kind of EDC stuff. I guess I could see that, but I always have a pair of pliers, so I don't know. But yeah, from what I can tell, the Knipex, Knipex, their stuff seems to be pretty well made. Tom, what's going on? Tom says, morning all, or afternoon, as it is in the UK. My working day is done. I'm right on. Well, what a great way to wrap up the day. By hanging out here at Homebuilt Workshop. I hope your day is doing great. I hope your day is going great. I hope you had an awesome day. Right on. Robert says, I did enjoy it. Even had some blueberries in it. Nice. Hey dude says, oh Gina, hello. And Sam with the super chat. Right on. Thank you, Sam. Sam says you can make a guitar body and replace the component with LED lighting. Be great for the background. And for coffee. Right on. Thank you, Sam. I want that. That little clicky thing doesn't work sometimes. That's a technical term. Why is it not clicking? Click, you. I'm trying to click it, but it's not letting me. Well, thank you, Sam. There it is. There it is. And John's here. John says, hi, greetings from Fife, Scotland. Today, I've been setting up a Martin 12-string and a Fender Telecaster. And I'm building a cigar box guitar for myself just to have some fun. Oh, that sounds like an awesome time, John. Right on. Setting up a 12-string. That's, sounds like a fair bit of work. And a Tele. You're going to love the cigar box guitar if you've not had one before. Super fun to just mess around with. That's awesome. Right on. And a 12-string. I love the sound of a 12-string. It's one of my favorite sounds ever. Growing up, my uncle played a 12-string, and I've heard him play, I don't know, tons and tons of times, and every time I hear a 12-string, it makes me think of him. And he's also the one who showed me the first few chords on a guitar. And yeah, so I got a soft spot for 12 strings. One day I might build one. Harry Dude says, bought a new 3D printer, Bamboo Labs P1P. It's awesome. Oh man, Harry Dude, congrats on the new tool. That's awesome. I've been looking at some of those Bamboo Labs printers, and they seem like, I've not used one. I have zero experience with them, but just from what I've seen, man, it looks like those things are it looks like they're a quality unit. That's awesome. Right on. Now I have 3D printer envy. Now that's awesome, dude. Congrats. New machines are just so fun. That's sweet. So, Harry Dude, when you got that, does that come all assembled? Do you basically just pull it out of the box and send a file to it? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's all Wi-Fi too, right? So you don't have to like transfer SD cards? Now I'm gonna be thinking of all the questions. That's super cool. Cheers, everyone. And Corey's here. Corey says, and I did finally get my offset smoker and charcoal barbecue. Next month, I'm going to go smoke some meat in it. Right on. Awesome. Corey, that's cool. Hopefully I can smell it from here. Yeah, throw some ribs and some brisket and some chicken wings and everything in there at once. That's awesome. Sam says, hey, dude, what website did you buy it from, if you don't mind me asking? Right on. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I think right now, if I was going to go buy a new printer, it would probably be one of the Bamboo machines, just from, price versus features and all that. That's what I've been seeing. I'm not ready to I'm not buying one at the moment, but if I was going to, that's very likely one of the machines I would be going with would be a Bamboo. So that's super cool. Here, dude said it came 99% assembled in the box. I had to attach the filament tube and spool holder and undo a couple of screws to release the bed, cut a couple cable ties. And that's nothing. That's nothing. When I got my Ender machine, I mean, it's basically kind of a box of parts. I mean, the base is sorted together, but you got to assemble all the stuff, and yeah. So that's pretty cool for just having to do a couple things. Sam says Bamboo is the website. Sam, I think if you just search Bamboo Labs 3D printer or some, even probably Bamboo Labs, it'll come up with their website. It's actually really, it's not some weird website name or anything. And yeah, you should be able to find it just with a quick search. Do Bamboo Labs. Harry Dude said, power it on. It self-calibrates, connects via Wi-Fi, cloud, or local. Still has an SD card slot, and came with a card. Nice. I think that would be cool to be able to, just send the file over. You right out of your slicer, send it over there, right to the machine, and not have to worry about transferring over. Not that it's hard to, pull the little card out, put it in the computer, put your file on it. That's not really difficult, but to not have to do that, it's just another time saver. Robert said, I only have one of the Weber grills, so I'm jealous. Of course I've had the Weber for maybe 5 years, and I've used it a total of maybe 2 times. Well, Robert, you got to throw some more food up on there. You got to use that thing a little bit more. Here it said, I bought it directly from Bamboo Lab from a local Australian stock. Oh, from local Australian stock. Arrived in 3 days. Nice. Yeah, I think it's kind of neat how, and it sounds like Bamboo does the same thing. A lot of these companies, no matter where they're located, they'll have warehouses, in different areas. Like Ender, I think, is out of China, or, Creality. But they have warehouses all over the place so that if you order, it ships from, here anyway, it will ship from the U.S. warehouse. And I think that, I think that makes a big difference in how quickly you get your stuff. I've noticed a lot more companies are doing that kind of thing. Corey says, to Harry Dude, you can recycle all your plastic pop bottles to make the plastic film for the 3D printer. That's something to think about. Interesting. I have seen some of those machines that you can, in 3D printing, you get a lot of scrapped parts too. As you're prototyping things and testing things out, you always end up with a lot of stuff that parts that you don't end up using, or even a failed print or something. You can take all of those things, as long as they are the same material, and put it in these, I don't even know what they're called, filament recyclers or something, and it sort of melts them down and makes new filament out of all these excess pieces, which is kind of cool. I guess the biggest thing with stuff like that is you have to keep track of, if you're using PLA, you don't mix some ABS or, PETG or something in there with it. And Terry's here. Terry says, hello, Jeff and all. Hello, Terry. How are you this fine Wednesday? Hope your day's going good. Hair Dude says, you send the file via Wi-Fi and walk away. Sounds cool. The printer is in the house printing right now, and I'm watching it print on my PC via its own webcam. Man, that just sounds cool. Just sounds cool. Makes me think that I need to get a new printer. Corey says to Robert, and you have to barbecue in all different types of weather. Start barbecuing a lot of food if you want to work up to the pitmaster standards. Yes, you just got to do it all the time. Yeah, that's something that I enjoy. Is just not even necessarily like with a smoker or something, but just cooking on the grill. It's just there's something about it that I really like. Sam says the Bamboo Lab X1 Carbon costs $10.99 from Technology 3D Outlet. Interesting. I think that's a better price than you can get it on their website. Robert says, I don't have those kinds of ambitions. Fair enough, Robert. Fair enough. Excuse me. My throat's a little wonky this morning for some reason. Terry says, doing well. Right on. I'm glad to hear that. What are you working on today, Terry? Any projects in the works? Robert also says, one reason I don't use it more is because it's just me. True. But there's been quite a few times when I'll just go throw a hamburger or something on the grill. When if it's just me, it's not out of the question. And Kenneth is here. Kenneth says, hello, everyone. Good morning, Kenneth. Corey's already barbecued $100 worth of meat on my Weber charcoal barbecue already. Nice. Right on. Right on. I forgot to turn this heat off. I just realized that it's probably hissing away. I'm going to step out of the frame for just a moment. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. No, hang on. I'm just going over here to quickly shut that off so that it's not hissing in your ear. There we go. How's that? Better? Quiet. Oh, it's much quieter. Much quieter. Oh, right on. KK's here. KK says, good morning from Greece. Hope you're all well. In a little while, I'm giving the European Constitutional Law University. And I'll see you for a while. Take care, and above all, health. Right on, KK. Oh, that's cool. It's via Zoom. European Constitutional Law. Nice. You're giving a presentation? Is that what you're doing? That sounds cool, man. Right on. I hope you're doing well. And hello, everyone in Greece. That's awesome. Mike says we couldn't hear the hiss. Stay warm. Well, that's good to know, but it's kind of getting hot in here. I usually turn it on so that it can warm up, so I don't have to leave it in here with me freezing. But it's not all that cold now, and it's starting to get kind of hot in here. Usually I shut it all off ahead of time, but I forgot. So cool. Alrighty. So let's let me see here. There was something I was gonna ask you all about this project, and now I can't remember what it was gonna be. I wanted I know what it was. So, on this build, I wanna pick your brains a little bit. This is gonna be a reverse headstock. So, which is something I haven't done. So I'm going to make this a reverse headstock, black hardware. I think I've decided I'm going to go with true oil finish, just an oil finish, black hardware, fret wire color. I want your opinions to maybe help make up my mind. I have both standard, the regular fret wire, but I also have some gold fret wire. I'm trying to decide what color fret wire I should use. And I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards regular silver. But I'm thinking maybe, with a true oil finish, you're going to get a little bit of the yellowing, maybe, of the oil. So I'm thinking maybe a gold fret wire would look cool. But there's not going to be any other gold hardware. The hardware is all going to be black. I don't know. What do you guys think? What's your opinion? I'm having a hard time trying to visualize it. I know the silver wire will look just fine, but I'm not sure about the gold wire. But I'd love to hear your input. Gold wire, probably a rosewood fretboard, maybe. I don't know. Probably a rosewood fretboard. Maybe, I don't know. I've got a piece of I believe it's Richlight, that synthetic stuff. Thought about that? What do you think? Silver or gold fret wire? Any opinions? Any and all opinions are welcome. I'm partial to the silver. Gold's not my favorite, but I'm not against it. I think it looks right with the right combination of stuff. But I'd love to hear what you guys think. Sam says, what would you do if someone managed to 3D print an entire guitar body? I hope they don't. You'll put a downer on your day, although you could print hundreds. That's already been done, Sam. There are several people out there that have made 3D printed guitar bodies. And it is something that I would like to try because, I don't know, it just seems interesting. It's different. I believe I think it's Prusa. I think they actually have files available that you can just download, and I have those downloaded somewhere. You print them in sections. It's basically broken up, kind of puzzle piece like. So you print each quadrant maybe, or maybe it's 5 pieces with the center. I can't remember. And then they all, you just glue them all together, and there's a body, which I think it would be kind of cool in a weird way. I would try it. But yeah, if you look around, you'll see them out there. Like if you search it up, they're out there for sure. Robert says, I really need to finish building my new computer desk. I have the legs, parts for the underside frame, edge pieces, and mounting hardware. Have a new router bit that cuts interlocking miter joints. Ooh, I've seen some of those. Those are cool. Yeah, finish that sucker up. KK says, yes, it's my graduation, and I want to be done with all this because I'm tired of studying and working and having a family. Everything is fine here, my brother. Right on. Man, congrats on the graduation. I'm guessing this is kind of a final project kind of thing. And dude, that's awesome. Right on. Congrats. You're almost there. You got this. I can imagine that's a lot, trying to do school and everything. You got it, man. Sam says, don't forget to like. It's free. It is. Hit that thumbs up button before you even think about tuning out. Hair Dude says, yep, been done, Sam. Have a search to YouTube, seen 3D printed necks. Also, I've seen those as well. I would like to try the body, a 3D printed body. Maybe when I get to drawing this one up for the CNC, then I'll have a model of it already, and we can play around with that. I just think that would be fun. Corey says, my next goal is to get a meat stuffer, make my own summer sausage and other types of sausages, maybe pepperoni sticks. Ooh, that sounds good. Robert says, I think regular nickel frets. Right on. Sam says, mix gold and silver. That would be weird. Silver, gold, silver and gold. Mike says, I want to see a faux binding on that cap. Not sure you can do it with an oil finish. It's going to look just like this. It's going to look just like that. So it just won't have, I won't be dyeing the top. I'm just going to do an oil finish on this entire thing. So it'll just flow over into the side. Sort of a faux binding. It'll still have that binding look. It's going to look like that from the side. Basically. It's a real 1/4-inch maple top. Migot Wood says gold has its place, but silver is the right choice. Kind of the way I'm leaning. Corey says, do like an 80s style. Do like an 80s style on that guitar? I'm not planning on putting any dye or anything on this. I just want to try a natural, all natural, a wood look. I think it'd be cool. The top I think looks pretty cool. It's got, there's some quilting in there. There you can see a little bit of it that I think that an oil will bring it out pretty well. It's not a heavily quilted top, but I like the grain, and with the little bit of quilting in there, I think it'll just look cool. I hear dude says stainless steel frets. I don't understand why people wouldn't. They last infinitely longer with no discernible difference in tone. Tone frets? Oh, great. We're not going there. No, I get you, Harry, dude. Yeah, they're just hard on tools, is what a lot of people say, but they last a lot longer. Paul's here. Paul says, Harry, dude, stainless steel is great, but speaking from experience, difficult to work with. Robert says, seems like printing an entire guitar body would take days to print. I believe it would, especially like if you had a printer large enough to do it all in one, it would take forever. But I believe that's why the ones I've seen, or a lot of the ones I've seen, are broken up. They'll have like the center portion will be one, and then everything's, kind of jigsaw puzzle pieces to it. And then, like I've seen some really well done builds where they'll print each kind of section in different colors, and it looks kind of neat, really. Yeah, I do kind of want to try it. Yeah, but I believe it probably is lots of hours. Lots of hours of printing. And KK, boom, boom, right on. Hair Dude says, I only ever use stainless when doing refrets. I don't have a problem with them. Right on, that's good to know. Robert says, the neck you held up looks like the truss rod is one that is adjusts at the base of the neck. Yes, it is. It is. So this guy goes in there. That guy goes in there. Yeah, so it adjusts at the base. The only thing I need to do is add I think I made this before I started doing carbon fiber rods. And I just need to add the slots for the rods here along the side of it. So it shouldn't really be all that bad. This is another one that I think I made this. I don't know what. I don't know. At one point I was trying to batch some out, and this one was one of the ones I did, but it's just, I think it looks too cool to not use. Yeah, most of mine are heel adjust. Some people aren't a fan of those, but I kind of like it because it makes the headstock a little bit cleaner, maybe. Some people will kind of poo-poo them because you have to loosen the neck to get to them, but I've never found that to be an inconvenience or anything like that. So that's what I do. I just kind of like it. Plus, it's kind of, I don't know how traditional, but slightly traditional. As far as, how they used to do it. That's just, I don't know, it's just the one that I like. Sam says, you can make a pink guitar for your daughter. She would hate me if I did that. She's not a fan of pink. But I do want to build her one of these days. I'm kind of waiting to see if she shows an interest in wanting to really learn. I don't want to just build it to build it, but I might do that as well. Corey says, black and gold, then call it Goldfinger. Ooh, I kind of like that. And Fritz says, great work, Sam. Great work, Sam. Cheers from Holland. Right on, Fritz. Robert says, we're watching a video of the channel Out of the Woods. He shows a bunch of sawmill cutting. He was cutting some walnut yesterday. Turned out to have curl in it. It was pretty. Nice. Yeah, I watch his stuff once in a while. I like the stuff he's doing over there. Heritage says, have you thought about putting a spoke wheel truss rod adjustment on that neck? Yes. I like the spoke wheel, and it is something that I want to move to at some point, putting the spoke wheels on there. It's not something I've done yet. I ordered some. I do have some spoke wheels, but I don't have the right truss rods to swap over, is from what I can tell. So I've got to figure that out. Exactly what truss rods that I need to have that I can use the spoke wheels, because I like that look, where there's a there's either a cutout in the neck, or it sits at the end and there's a cutout in the body. I like that, and like I said, it is something I want to move to at some point. Really, I just need to sit down and investigate what truss rods or what specific thing that I need, because I do like those spoke wheels. The ones that I bought, maybe I just ordered the wrong ones. The ones that I bought don't have any sort of, there's no way to attach it to these, so you have to, I'm not even 100% sure how that works. If you unscrew this whole entire thing and you get the right spoke wheels that thread back in there, to me, that seemed like the easiest. But the spoke wheels I bought are just a round, it's just a round spoke wheel, so I'm not 100% sure. If any of you have ever done that, I would love to know how exactly that works. Or maybe I just have to order spoke wheel truss rods. I don't know. Like I say, I haven't gotten that far into it, but I do want to give that a shot, and maybe I'll investigate that when we're done, while it's on my mind, because I do think they look cool. I'd probably have to notch the neck. I don't have enough room here, or I modify this design and move the pickup down a little bit to make room for the notch here. Yeah, I don't know. But yes, that is something that I want to do. That's a goal. Ooh, maybe I should put that on. Maybe I should do that for the base. Gina says, pink is evil. Sam's laughing. LOL. Gina says, not all girls like pink. True. Hair Dude says, not a Pink fan? More a Taylor Swift fan? See what you did there. Pink, Taylor Swift. Yeah. Let's see. Robert says, Todd from Sweet Tea uses a lot of rear adjustable truss rods. Yeah. Voila. A lot of people do, really. And, I don't see a problem with either way. I've got guitars that adjust from the headstock. I've got guitars that adjust from the heel. It doesn't really matter to me. It's just when you build it, you get to choose what you want. Sam says pink is meant to be the new black. Corey says all girls do like diamonds. Donna asks, how many guitars have you built? Oh, overall, man, I don't know. We're in that. I don't know. Complete guitars. I don't know where we're at, to be honest. 30-ish? I don't know. Which doesn't sound like all that many, but when you think about what has to go into it, that's a couple acoustics, that's, I don't know, quite a few cigar box guitars. Got to be somewhere in that range. 30, I don't know exactly. I'd have to look. I have a spreadsheet that has all that information on there, but compared to some, it's not all that many, but we're not comparing. Paul says, hello all. Sorry, busy at work today. No worries, Paul. Hope your day at work is going good. Now I got to show Paul because Paul wasn't here earlier. Here's that body I was working on that we were talking about last week. And I figured out, Paul, sorry everyone else that I'm repeating myself, but I want Paul to be up to speed. Figured out why this got set aside. The top slipped when I glued this up, so the center line didn't line up. So I ended up retopping the whole thing, running this thing through the drum sander, removing the old top, made a new top, and voila. Just sanding the last coat, hopefully the last coat of grain filler. Whoa. And then I'll be getting this neck together. Flame maple. Gonna be cool. Coming along well. Parts started arriving, well, I guess yesterday. I didn't get the mail till this morning, but parts showed up yesterday, some of them. Still waiting on a few things. And yeah, now I get to make sure all the stuff comes in. I'm gonna do a reverse headstock on this one, which would be kind of cool. So reverse headstock, I'll have to, when I brand the little cutout here, I gotta flip that around. I think it's gonna be neat. And I'm hoping to have this together. Well, there's no reason at this moment, there's no reason why I won't have this together for the guitar show in Denver next month. And yeah, so start making plans. If you're in the area of Denver, Colorado, the end of March, make plans to attend the guitar show. Which reminds me, I got to get in there and get my booth. Robert says, about a month ago, I bought a couple of the spoke wheel type truss rods. And so did the truss rod already come with the spoke wheel on it? And if you wouldn't mind, where did you order it from? The place I order these from, they might have them. I probably just need to do a little more looking around. They probably have these, and it would make this a lot easier. Sam says, from the top view, what is the name of the shape of a traditional grand piano? It's a good question, Sam. I have not the slightest idea. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Is there a name for it? Enlighten me. Paul says, I make my own truss rods using gears and threaded stock. That way I always have the correct size one. That sounds cool. Interesting. I've thought about that before, making them. Because as I look at these, I mean, it's just a couple little bits welded. It's really not all that, there's not that much that goes into them. But, I mean, these things are not very expensive. So just, for me anyway, to just save some time to buy. But it would be cool to make your own. Just another, I mean, like to make everything, maybe aside from the tuners and maybe the bridge, I think it'd be cool. Hair Dude says, on that body, I would consider a hole through the neck cavity to the pickup route so you can get a hex key through. Yes. And had I planned for that, let Let me see if I can show you this here real quick. I can fit this neck in here. I got to do some adjustment to the neck pocket, but it does fit, sort of. Anyway. I'm going to break something. I don't know if you can see this. So this hole here is for access, you know, so I can run the wiring down through. There's a hole. There's the it wouldn't be a hole, it would be a notch. Like right in the top. And I've done that on a couple builds. Put a little notch in there. One of them, I built one a couple years ago, and the customer requested that I add that after the fact. A little notch in here. And you know, it's not a big deal. It wasn't on this body though. I think I probably need to move that pickup down a little bit anyway. But yeah, it wouldn't be hard to do. Just a little, you know, 30 seconds for the rasp. You know, and you'd have an access for it. What I usually do though is just loosen up the neck. And you know, you can tip that a little bit. Well, I mean, it's hard to do while not dropping this, but ow. You know, I can just tip the neck up a little, make the adjustment, tighten everything back down. But yes, some sort of access I think would be nice. And once, like I said, once I have this, once I'm working on this one for the actual CNC model, I might do that, because I'm slowly, once I get this base, once the base is done, the subtonic, then I will be working on converting everything else over to digital plans, because this one I don't have drawn up. It's not on the computer. This is all done with templates and you know, old school, if we could call it that. But I am going to be working on moving things to over to the CNC. And that'll probably be the first model that I'll convert after I get the base. And I think, you know, it's stuff like that, you know, adding the access so you can adjust it without having to pull the neck. Those things I think make a difference. So, and those are things that I will consider putting on there, because like I said, I've had a couple people, well, one was a specific request to add that. And then after that, I added one to another build. So I've done that, and definitely I can see the advantage of having that in there. But I'm excited about this one. I think it'll just be cool. You know, a lot of the builds I've gone for more of a high gloss type of finish, and I'm just kind of excited to do an oil finish, especially with figured wood. I think it'll be really cool. I'm not going to do, you know, the 97 coats of true oil, you know, kind of thing. I'm hoping for, I don't know, 4 or 5, and getting more of a satin kind of sheen to it. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's the plan. Ooh. I got to get some true oil too. Thankfully, they sell it next door to me, so, or not next door, but you know what I mean. Right up the road. I can get it locally. So yeah, just go get some of that, and we'll get on that. But yeah, it's gonna be a cool build. I'm excited about this one. I'm really liking the way this body feels. Small round over on the sides, and I really like it. It's gonna be cool. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. Oh, and I don't remember if I mentioned it. That I refinished a build that I did. Remember the Lava Burst guitar that I did for the Great Guitar Build Off like 2 years ago? I refinished that one just on the top, because it wasn't, like, the finish had sunk or shrank or something. It did something anyway, and it wasn't glass smooth, and it was driving me crazy. So I redid that one. Resprayed that last week, buffed that thing out 2 days ago. 2 days ago, level sanded it, buffed it out, and I think it looks better now than it did when I first built it, which, I mean, it turned out pretty cool, I think. But yeah, it looks really good. So kind of working on slowly putting that back together and just kind of getting things ready for the guitar show. So I'm planning on having this new build. I'll have the lava burst. I got a cigar box guitar that I'm going to take up there, and I'll have the acoustic. So I think I'm going to have 4 guitars up there. Wait, one. So this one. Maybe 5, because I do have a lefty that I might take up there. That just gives me something to do. 5. I don't know if I can fit 5 on my table. Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, I think I'll have 5 guitars there. I better get some more guitar stands. I'm already in planning mode. And I've also heard that that there's some new guitar shows in the works around the country. A buddy of mine who I met last year at the guitar show, lives in Utah, and he's working on putting together a guitar show in kind of, I think, the Salt Lake area, which I might attend when they get that going. And I just realized for some reason my comments weren't updating. So I'm going to get caught up here. It just like whoosh, like scrolled in all of these new comments. So sorry about that. I didn't forget about you guys. Let's see. Paul says Taylor Swift has one more Super Bowl appearance than Dak Prescott. Hairdo says, sorry, both Pink and Taylor Swift are robbing Australia at the moment. Well, that's not cool. Good thing I'm not big fans of either. Yeah, that is no good. Stop it, guys. Paul says, no longer a newbie when building. True. Sam says, is the name guitar Latin for something to inspire the name given to guitars now? I don't know, honestly. That might be the actual word. Paul says, nice. I've had to cut bodies in half and fixing the center line using a thin curved blade. Works pretty well. Don't lose much width that way. Yeah, it's just that center line. And I'm making a video. I've got the video. Actually, it's all edited. I just rendered it last night up to this point, and that's going to be the video that comes out this weekend. And in that video, I mentioned that, yes, I could have just finished it, right? There was nothing wrong structurally with the top that was on there. I could have put it together. It would have had the same finish. It would have had the same hardware, and it would have looked basically identical to the way it looks now. But when it comes down to it, and I screw that bridge into place, you know, your 2 middle strings, that center line should be right down the center of those 2. And that's one thing that I look at, especially when I'm double checking the alignment. And some people may not notice it. Some people may not even care. But I would. And it would have made me crazy knowing that I went ahead without at least trying to fix it. And now everything lines up so that when I put the bridge in place, the center line of the top is going to line up with the center line of the body, which is going to line up with the center line of the neck, which is, you know, those are kind of all the important things. It's just funny, though, that I'd forgotten about that. I literally could not remember why I never finished it until I laid my template on there and I lined everything up, you know, because I have my center line all drawn all the way up through here. Lined up the center line at the neck, and I kept looking at why why is this center line not lining up with the body? Then I looked at the end, and it was very clear. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're retopping a body here. You got to look at all the details. Yes, it would have been structurally, and absolutely nothing would have been different. But that center line wouldn't have lined up, and I couldn't live with myself. Paul says, did you get the pickups yet? No, not yet. I think there's something supposed to arrive today. I'm not sure if those are going to be parts or the pickups, but yes, they'll get here. I'm not worried. I got 2 boxes this morning. Checked the mail, and they had come late last night. Some other parts. I haven't even opened them up yet to see what all they are. Paul says, I still have the equipment to wind my own pickups, but sometimes it's easier to just buy them. Yes, I agree. I would like to make my own pickups. But it's at this moment, it's just not something that, one, I'm not set up to do, and I don't know. I'm just not set up to do it. One of these days, I want to do it. I think it would be cool, even if it's just starting out with like a kit or something. But it's also hard when you find a few, a couple different pickups or pickup combinations that you really like. It's hard to move away from those and start your own, because I know there's going to be a lot of testing that needs to go into it. But it's something I would like to do, make my own pickups. I'd like to be able to, I wouldn't mind making my own truss rods. I think some of those projects are for when I have a bigger shop space, because then I can have a pickup winding area. I can have a bench. Maybe it's got the pickup area and a truss rod area where I can, have jigs and fixtures or whatever to do all that. But just right now, I don't think I'm quite at that point. Right now it's still a lot of, I got to pull this thing out to use it, then I got to put it away because I need the same spot for something else. I'm sure you guys understand how that goes. And the more processes that I have to do that for, it takes a lot more time. I'm not complaining. I don't know if that sounds like I'm complaining, because I'm totally not. But I'm just thinking long term, I would like to have areas for all those sorts of things. It would make it more efficient. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Sam says, did you pick up your pickups? Nope, not yet. Paul says, a lot of tellies have that notch for adjusting the truss rod. Yes, except it's under the pick guard. If it's a telly, right? It's under the pick guard, so you got to pull the pick guard. You get in there, whoop, put the pick guard back on. Corey says, a grand piano looks like a T-bone steak. Yes, it does, actually. Yeah. Ooh. No, now I'm hungry for steak. Sam says, that guitar seriously needs the neck flamethrower modification. And Jimmer's here. Jimmer says, what? What's going on, Jimmer? What are you working on today? Paul says, try the Mineral Spirits poly sanding method to do the grain filling while you're sanding. I've seen that. And I think I've already put on some grain filler. I might do, when I apply the first coat of True Oil, because that's what I'm planning on at the moment, True Oil for this. I might sand some of that in just to make sure, as kind of an additional grain filler, just in case something got missed. But I'm not going to put poly on this one, just True Oil. Sam says 4 Celsius in the UK. What is 4 Celsius? 4 Celsius is what is that? 34.5 Fahrenheit, something like that. Mike says the fallboard or key lid is the name of the top of a piano, and the shape depends on the key frequency and maker. True. Sam says YouTube's moving comments around to confuse the chat. Gina says Taylor Swift can go away too. Never liked her either. Also, don't carry a purse. Jim says, who's Taylor Swift? Yes, that's my question. Who is that? Sam, oh boy. Paul says, depends on if you use a pick guard, but yes, yeah. Traditional telly, it's got the cutaway under the pick guard. But yeah, I think in order to make it work on this one, I'd have to move that pickup down a little bit, which is not hard to do. Not hard to do. Yeah, this is kind of a, I don't know, combination. I got, telly jack socket or pickup jack cup. There it is. Kind of a telly style neck pocket. Yeah, it's kind of a mashup of some of the things that I like about several different guitars, and this is, I think, my favorite shape right now. And Paul's got the super chat. Right on, Paul. Thank you so much. And so now I'm going to press this button for about 100 times before it lets me actually like. Right on. Thank you, Paul. It says to help cover coffee costs. That's almost a tongue twister. Cover coffee costs. I got to hit this thing about 36 times because it won't let me at first. Right on. Paul, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Come on, you. Come on, let me click this. There it is. There it is. Right on. Corey says all you need is taps and dies to make your own truss rods with threads. Yes, and I have the tap and die set. I don't know what this thread is. What is that, a 632? Something like that? I'd have to check. Yeah, you don't need a whole lot. There's not a whole lot to it. I mean, it's a piece of flat bar, 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch wide flat bar. Little block here, welded to each end. One of these is reverse threads, though, I'm quite certain. Maybe not. It's got to be. Yeah, there's not a lot to it, and it wouldn't be all that hard to do. You can buy the nuts or the end. Yeah, a little bit of shrink tubing on there to, keep the rattle down. Corey says all you need. Oh, yeah, I just read that, Corey. Sam says, complain to Apple. They took a bite out of your Apple products. A big bite, too. Yeah, I'm not going to complain to them. It's just old. I mean, I wish they would support the old stuff still. But, yeah, I get it. Donna says he needs all the coffee he can get. Yeah. Cheers. Yeah, Gina says coffee is life. At least in the morning. I'll be about done with my coffee when we're done here. Sam says you can show us the bolts. Don't expose the nuts. These. That's what he's talking about. I know. Oh boy, cool. Right on, guys. Well, what else? Donna says, yes, it is. Coffee's life. Jim says, what's coffee? Jim, you don't drink coffee, do you? If my memory serves. Or do you? I don't know. I can't remember. Paul says, I ordered some bourbon maple syrup and pecans. Right on. That's awesome, Paul. That's one thing that I've not tried is their bourbon maple syrup. But I'm sure it's fantastic. Jim says, nope, cocoa. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I like me a good cup of cocoa. Yep. Sam says, thank you for today's fantastic stream, Jeff, you legend. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Sam says, thank you, Gina, for your amazing time. Yes, thank you for moderating. Not that she has to moderate much, but thank you. Paul says, probably be great after I add some more bourbon to it. Maybe so. Robert says, I like coffee, tea, and cocoa. Yeah, pretty much any of that sort of stuff. Gina says, thank you. Right on. Right on, guys. And thank you to all of you as we've reached the top of the hour for taking some time out of your morning, your afternoon, your evening, depending on where you are in this great big world of ours. It's incredible still and blows my mind that we can be in all corners of the world at this exact moment and hanging out like we're just buddies around a campfire or something like that. It's such a cool platform to be able to just hang out with all of you. It's awesome. All over the world, literally. And we're just chilling. So cool. Right on. Well, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta get to working on a neck and putting another guitar together and uploading a video for you guys to check out this weekend. Right on. And let's see. Sam says, be safe, wonderful people. Robert, everyone stay safe and healthy. Gina says, have a great day, all. You have a great day, too. Cool. Right on. Thanks again, guys. I appreciate all of you for tuning in, hanging out, having fun, drinking coffee, drinking tea, drinking cocoa, whatever it is. And I wish you guys a great rest of your week. Hope you get a chance to work on those projects that you've been wanting to work on. And hope you can get out there, spend some time doing what you love, have fun, be safe. And like Harry Dude said, stay well, folks. Catch you all next week. Right on, Harry Dude. Have a good one. You guys, thanks again. I'm out of here. We're going to hit the button. Someone says button time. Oh, Sam said button time. Oh, Corey, real quick, says you could try to find a little bit bigger square metal rod, then you don't have to weld on threads. True. Just make the threads right on the square metal piece. Something to think about. Yes, it is. Right on. All right, guys, I'm going to get to working on a neck. I'll see you all next week. Same time, same channel. Stay safe, stay well. Thanks a lot for watching. Oh, the button worked. Look at that. Look at that.